God, Buddha, divinities, do not bestow blessings on anyone when they do good deeds. Nor do they bring calamities upon those who do wrong, because when you perform a good or virtuous deed, you have sown a seed into your own land. If you sow good deeds, when the tree bears fruit in the future, your life will become gentle because you always care for those around you in everything you do. At that moment, in your mind, you will see what you are doing. When you sow the seeds of wrongdoing into that land, your life will always be filled with suspicion in whatever you do. You cannot see the true nature of your actions. When the evil fruit ripens, your life will be very miserable. Therefore, whether it is a good, virtuous deed or a wrong, evil deed, blessing or calamity is because of you alone, and so is that result. No one makes you noble, and no one makes you base. Only your own actions make you noble or base. A human being is neither a saint nor a beast, but both. Thus, the beast can become a human, and can also become a saint. You are a human being. Whether you want to become a beast or a saint depends only on yourself. No one else decides. People often lament, "Oh heaven, why am I so miserable? I live virtuously and kindly. I pray and entreat constantly. Why does heaven not help at all?" Meanwhile, that wicked neighbor woman never prays for anything. Yet heaven helps her trade prosper, her family be happy, and her children succeed in their studies? Why is there such injustice? Oh heaven? In daily life, more or less, we have heard such sighs and reproaches toward heaven, spoken aloud by those around us. Or sometimes we ourselves think so secretly in our hearts. When encountering misfortune in life or facing adversity, almost everyone cries out to heaven for help if they do not follow any religion. Or they entreat, vow, and pray to divine beings to save, redeem, rescue, protect, and support them so they may escape danger and overcome misfortune. In reality, there are people who pray and escape misfortune. There are times when praying leads to overcoming danger. But there are so many people who pray and do not escape misfortune. So many times when praying does not lead to overcoming danger. In those moments when they pray but do not escape misfortune, people then comfort themselves or listen to others explain. It is because the prayer was not earnest enough, not sincere or devoted enough. Or perhaps at that time heaven was busy helping others and thus did not hear one's entreaties and prayers. Such negative explanations, in reality, do nothing to help the spiritual life of a human being. Praying or entreating only helps people feel peace in a temporary moment of suffering. It does not truly help people reduce or escape from afflictions and pain. It is like a medicated plaster that only treats the skin surface but cannot eradicate a deep-seated illness. Human life goes round and round with such miseries and sufferings for many lifetimes without a way out. Why is that? To have an accurate answer, let us discover together, what is the cause that truly creates the sufferings in this world? Truly, the cause of the sufferings and miseries in this world is not caused by any heaven at all, but only because humans are too selfish and often think about the self, or the ego, too much. No heaven can help humans be free from suffering if humans themselves refuse to give up such a way of thinking. Even within a family, if a wife or a husband has a selfish way of thinking, where everything is, for me, for myself, first, then it is difficult for that family to be happy. If any child only knows how to think for themselves, then that child will very easily become dissatisfied with their parents and siblings in the family, demanding the best part, the greater part, the beneficial part for oneself, without caring for how can those around us, even blood relatives, live with others? At best, there is discord and constant quarreling within the family. More severely, they leave home or cause suffering to their loved ones. Yet due to delusion, they view them as enemies. As for everyone else outside the family, such selfish people, who always think of themselves, for themselves, and about themselves, easily become wicked toward their own kind, cruel toward their compatriots, fellow villagers, or fellow believers. Such people only care about money. For example, wanting to enjoy great benefits and receive money without working, they are ready to falsely accuse and frame others, suing for imaginary damages they created themselves, regardless of how much others suffer or what happens to their families. As long as they win the lawsuit, they will use any tactic to harm others for their own gain. Such people often talk about morality and right and wrong, yet they see everyone else as wrong and only themselves as right. They see everyone as dangerous and hateful, while seeing only themselves as kind and lovely. Everyone clearly knows that an orange seed is the cause, nyan, that produces an orange tree. And the orange tree produces the orange fruit, qua. The law of cause and effect is that clear. Science has also recognized it. Yet even today, there are still people who refuse to believe it, preferring to believe in sacred and mystical stories. The more vague, incomprehensible, and inexplicable they are, the more they believe. If humans would take the trouble to reflect a bit more deeply and broadly, there would no longer be cries of grievance and blame toward heaven as before. Whenever there is a cause, supplemented by sufficient, supporting conditions, tro duyen, there will certainly be a result or consequence. For instance, the orange seed is the main cause. Added to it are supporting conditions such as good soil, water, fertilizer, human care, and cultivation techniques. The result will be the orange tree and the orange fruit. The law of cause and effect does not apply only to one individual, one ethnic group, or the followers of one religion. The law of cause and effect is a reality, a truth, independent of time or space, always applying at any time and in any place. Books speak of the law of cause and effect with phrases such as, like tree, like fruit, where there is smoke, there is fire. They that sow the wind shall reap the whirlwind. If you cause trouble, trouble will arise. In spiritual and mental aspects, the deeds humans perform, the words humans speak, and the things humans think, from body, speech, and mind, are the causes that produce the results or consequences that humans will inherit, receive, or endure. As you sow, so shall you reap. For example, being studious when young, working hard when grown, and knowing how to save are causes. The result is a later material life that is well off and prosperous. Addiction, alcoholism, and a passion for gambling are causes. The consequence is the squandering of the family fortune later on. Greed for money, lust, fame, gluttony, and laziness are the causes of wrong, evil, and wicked deeds regardless of the means, which not only cause suffering for oneself but also for relatives and those around. Uncontrolled fits of anger are the causes of failures, suffering, and regret later. The scriptures say, when a single thought of anger arises, millions of doors of obstacles open. This means once a thought of anger or hatred arises and we cannot restrain or overcome it ourselves, then countless, hundreds of thousands of difficulties, sufferings, and obstacles will follow. Moments of ignorant and mistaken anger are the causes of regret and suffering afterward, which sometimes last continuously for a lifetime. Efforts to cultivate the mind and character, and seeking to learn and understand the truth, are causes that bring about the result of a peaceful and happy life right here in this world for oneself and for those around. Thus, if a person is currently living healthily, prospering in business, and the family is happiness and well-behaved children mean one is enjoying the results of past blessings from previous lives or many lifetimes ago, created by oneself, and not because any heaven bestows blessings, nor through prayers, entreaties, reminders, or outcries, if one does not truly deserve to enjoy those good things. Conversely, if a person is currently facing adversity and suffering, they are enduring the consequences of past karmic retribution from previous lives or many lifetimes ago, created by oneself, and not because any heaven inflicts disasters, nor can it be avoided through prayers, entreaties, or piteous wailing. If heaven, God, is a supreme being who is just and impartial, why would he have feelings of love or hate, or arbitrarily bestow blessings and inflict disasters based on entreaties and prayers? If heaven is a sacred being, why let evil occur and only then inflict punishment? If heaven is an almighty being, why not prevent or stop the evils of the world beforehand? If heaven is an omnipotent being, why lose to demons and monsters and only know how to punish mankind? If heaven is a being full of benevolence, why create a life full of suffering for humanity, diseases, natural disasters, droughts, and floods? Understanding this reasoning, knowing clearly, and thoroughly grasping the fairness of the law of cause and effect, humans will reduce their suffering and no longer blame heaven and earth. On the contrary, people will no longer be pessimistic or weak, they will be stronger, more courageous, and bolder, daring to accept the consequences they created, or peacefully enjoy the results they created and continue to do good deeds to gain blessings, avoiding unwholesome deeds to avoid karmic retribution and consequences. In reality, only the blessings created through performing meritorious deeds can help people survive disasters. No heaven performs such an unfair act as helping someone based on entreaties or prayers. Therefore, instead of praying and entreating heaven, humans should accumulate and create blessings by doing good deeds, speaking good words, and thinking good thoughts, that is, keeping the three karmas of body, speech, and mind pure. Doing so, but also not clinging to how many good deeds one has done. To keep the mind always bright and quiet is how we actively minimize the karmic retribution created and reduce the afflictions and suffering of our lives. Let us consider an example. If a person is forced to eat a handful of salt, it is truly difficult and painful. But if that person can put the handful of salt into a bowl of water and drink it, perhaps it becomes a bit more bearable. If they can put that handful of salt into a large water jar and drink it, it will be even more bearable. If they can put that handful of salt into a large reservoir and drink it, the matter will no longer be a major problem. That handful of salt symbolizes the sinful causes, the unwholesome karmic causes created by oneself in the past, and now one must endure the karmic results, suffer the karmic retribution, and take the consequences. It cannot be avoided, nor can it be dumped on heaven to redeem the sins on one's behalf. Nor can representatives of heaven declare the sins forgiven to wipe them clean. Meanwhile, the bowl of water, the jar, or the reservoir symbolizes the small or large amount of blessings obtained from the meritorious causes created by oneself in the past. And now one can enjoy the good results. Thanks to those blessings, one can neutralize more or less of the karmic results and retribution that must be endured. Turning a big matter into a small one, and a small matter into nothing, is exactly what that means. People often say, if man harms you, it can be avoided. If heaven harms you, there is no escape. Books also have sayings. You can run to heaven but you can't escape the sun, or, heaven's net is vast, though the mesh is wide. Nothing slips through. The word, heaven, in these sayings should be understood further as karmic results, or karmic retribution, generally, consequences, according to the Buddhist perspective, for no heaven would have the heart to harm humans out of the blue, without cause, reason, or logic like that. Actually, when the time comes for one to bear and endure their karmic consequences, retribution, or karmic debt, no matter if they run to the mountains, hide in caves, stay indoors, go out on the streets, or dive into the sea, no matter where they go, it is impossible to avoid. Karmic consequences, retribution, or debt, as well as blessings, are created by humans and follow them from one lifetime to the next like a shadow follows a body. We have seen people who venture onto battlefields, facing extreme danger amidst a hail of arrows and bullets, yet remain unharmed, but then, while lying inside their own home, they are fatally wounded by a shelling attack. Let us consider another example. A pebble dropped into the water will sink immediately. If that pebble is placed on a boat, even a small one made of paper, it will not sink. Similarly, a person who commits a sin without having merit will bear the full weight of the consequences, retribution, and karmic debt. However, if that person has merit from having performed many virtuous deeds in the past, their karmic offenses will be mitigated. An airplane falling into the sea will sink immediately, but an aircraft carrier is capable of carrying hundreds or thousands of airplanes across the vast ocean. The same applies to the laws of this world. Whoever commits a crime must pay a corresponding penalty. But for someone who has performed meritorious service, their offense will be mitigated. As the saying goes, using merit to atone for one's sins, or redeeming oneself through service. That is exactly what it means. That is what truly constitutes fairness. In short, through these righteous contemplations, we understand that even if life is filled with suffering and bitterness, we should not become pessimistic or weary of life. We should not be negative, weak, or resort to begging and praying to God to deceive ourselves in an attempt to escape the crimes or avoid the karmic consequences and retribution that we ourselves created. On the contrary, our spirit will become stronger and more positive in our daily lives. We are determined to perform all virtuous deeds, whether large or small, according to our ability, and are determined to avoid all unvirtuous acts, whether small or large. We always look for ways and opportunities to help people and help the world within our capacity, striving to bring peace and happiness to ourselves and those around us. We always maintain a pure mind and never dwell on the virtuous deeds we have done. In truth, helping others is helping yourself. By understanding and acting in this way, our lives will surely have less suffering. Our minds will have fewer afflictions. Our spirits will be light and at peace. Our minds will be tranquil. And those around us will surely feel the peace and happiness along with us. Therefore, life becomes joyful and beautiful, peaceful and happy, and the gates of heaven and the pure land are wide open from this moment on.